Have you heard the latest writing scandal? A handful of authors have been caught using AI to write their books. And the way they were caught was that they left the writing prompts in the books. So I guess they weren't doing the editing either, or at least they weren't doing it very well. And I wanted to talk about AI because I do use AI, although not to write my books. I use it for research. It's surprisingly helpful for researching the psychology behind people's behavior, which is great when you're developing characters. And I also use it in my business with my blogging, not my Substack. I write those. But on my website, what I'll do after I make a video is AI will transcribe the video and turn it into a little blog. And then I'll go through and I'll edit it because usually the little additions, the intros and endings are kind of hokey, so I'll go through and edit it. But it's very handy because I don't want to transcribe my videos. I do plan my videos out and I do write my own video scripts, but I don't want to go the extra step and turn them into a blog. And a lot of people enjoy reading what I'm talking about instead of watching what I'm talking about. So I think there are valid uses for AI, but I just don't want to use it for writing because it's not fun. I have tried using AI as a sort of brainstorming device for plotting, and I found it to be so horribly cliched that it's not useful at all for brainstorming. I don't want to come down too hard on these authors because I think it's kind of the world we're living in today, and that is the world of content. People don't care about the soul behind it or the meaning behind it or the art behind it. It's just content. It's just vast entertainment. And a lot of readers obviously don't care if they're reading content, and I enjoy watching content quite frequently, so I'm not going to come down on them. But when I'm reading, personally, I want something that is a good, entertaining read with characters I can connect with and that maybe has some things I can think about afterwards. When I'm reading fiction, I want to enjoy the story first, but I do want there to be something kind of behind it. And I want to write that way too. Way back when, they may not be doing this in English classes anymore, you read the story and it just seems like a story. And then your English teacher goes in and says, well, what does it symbolize? And what does it symbolize? And why do they do that? And you realize there's all this other stuff behind it. And if you're in high school, you probably don't care. You just want to pass the test and get it over with. But as an adult now, I do appreciate that. I do appreciate being able to think to myself, ooh, I get what she did there. I understand what the author is saying. And I think that's a metaphor for that. I hate the whole concept of content, although I recognize that, again, it's just a part of our world and a part of our entertainment world. But I think that's where we're going, especially because as an indie author, you are pushed to publish a lot every year. And I understand why some authors are taking shortcuts. I don't want to do it myself. I don't think it's a good thing, but I get it. What do you think? Would you read a book written by AI? How do you feel about how AI is affecting us? I'm trying not to go too overboard. I think AI is a part of our lives, but I also think we do need to take a step back and be mindful about how we use it. What do you think?